Are you leaving money on the table? Discover the top tax deductions that are hiding in plain sight that could save you thousands this year. In this episode, I'm diving into the top tax deductions you're probably missing. Those hidden gems could save you so much money this tax season. If you ever wondered, am I missing out on those deductions that could lower my tax bill? This episode is for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes and check out the website for a free guide on overlooked deductions. Let's get into it.
Here's the thing, building a business can feel somewhat like a roller coaster. It's exciting, it's challenging, and a little scary. But here's the good news, you're not in this alone. Welcome to In Good Company, the podcast where we bring together entrepreneurs, experts, and real stories to help you navigate every twist and turn of business. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your dream, you're in the right place. So let's dive in.
Let's talk about one of the hottest topics that I get asked about almost every single day: commonly missed tax deductions. It's a big one. I'm going to go over a few just to see if any of these hit home with you and describe what they mean and describe how it could affect your business. Number one, home office deduction. If you work from home, you may be able to deduct a portion of your rent, utilities, and even internet. The space must be exclusively used for your business. In today's environment, more people are working from home than ever before. But what that means for you is there are so many opportunities for you to save money. A lot of people think there's no way I can deduct internet if I'm using it for personal and business, but there is a formula to it. Happy to go into detail about it if you feel like this could apply to you. Comment below and let me know if this is something that you're interested in. Number two, mileage. Everyone drives somewhere. Just determining if it's for business or personal is the key. Whether you're driving to meet clients or picking up supplies, you can deduct 65.5 cents per mile for that deduction. Keep a log or use an app to track mileage. A lot of people use just good old pen and paper. I know there are a lot of good apps to help out there. One that comes to mind is MileIQ. That is a great way to do it without even thinking about it and making sure that you're keeping track of what you're driving. Number three, professional development. I love this one because for what I do, I have to consistently take courses and certifications or keep up with memberships for my industry. These are all directly related to my business, which makes them deductible. Think about all those classes that you have to take to keep up with your industry needs. Those are all tax deductions. Sometimes you maybe get caught in the weeds of it because you're just doing it every single day. One way to kind of go back and see if maybe this is something that you could deduct for your business, look at your statements, look at your bank statements, look at your credit card statements, see if you've paid for any course that could be related to your business. You might surprise yourself. Number four, business software and subscriptions. So this can be anything like Canva, QuickBooks, Dropbox. Those are all considered business expenses. The list for this is never ending. In today's environment of working virtually, working from home, the amount of subscriptions that you have might shock you. Personally, for my industry, for my business, I use G Suite, I use HoneyBooks, I use Microsoft 365. Those are all tax deductions because they are necessary expenses to keep my business running. So try and think, what do you use every single day to make your business run smoothly? I'm sure there is something that you're missing or not even thinking is a tax deduction. You're welcome. Number five, lastly, health insurance. Ugh. Self-employed health insurance is pricey. I know, trust me. If you're paying for your own health insurance, you may qualify to deduct those premiums. I know that health insurance is one of the most expensive bills that people have today. So let's see if we can use that as a tax deduction. So I want to share a little story of a client who didn't realize that they could be deducting something on their taxes. For this client specifically, we are talking software, dues, subscriptions. So this client was a life coach. This coach worked entirely online. So everything she did required some kind of subscription. She used Loom. So Loom is an app that you can record yourself doing something on your screen. You can share it with other people. You can write SOPs in Loom. It's amazing. This client, this life coach, was using this every single day. She was also using G Suite. So she was using Google Chat. She was using Google Meet. She was using Gmail, Google Spreadsheets, G Sheets, if you will. All of those things required a monthly subscription. She was using Canva for her marketing, which is not uncommon. Canva is one of the most widely used tools for marketing. And she was using it for all of her content, all of her flyers, all of her digital products. This client had so many digital products that she used through Canva, which requires a subscription. She had the Canva Pro, which meant she was paying for it every single month. She also used a CRM. So a CRM is a customer relationship management tool. So there are a lot of CRMs out there. For her, she was using Honeybooks. Honeybooks is something that you pay for annually or monthly, but it does add up. So what's interesting about this is when I was doing her taxes, I took all of these subscriptions, I put them into that category, dues and subscriptions. And you'll never believe this, but the tax savings after tracking specific deductions in the year completely covered her accounting and bookkeeping expenses for the year. Wow. Take a minute and think about that. When you are missing out on these deductions, you're taking away from another part of your business that you could be saving. So for the professional services that I provided, those were all covered by those dues and subscriptions that she had to pay for. That's pretty powerful if you think about that. If there's something you're wanting to outsource, something you're wanting to bring into your business, but you feel like, I don't know how I can afford that, you really need to hone in on what you're already using every day because that could change the trajectory of your tax expenses, your tax liability. So one deduction alone covered this client's bookkeeping expenses for the entire year. I'd be interested to know what deductions you're not utilizing that could cover another outsourcing expense in your business. So what should we do from here? It's never too late. Start tracking. You can download that mileage tracking app that I mentioned before. MileIQ is what it's called. You can review your expenses from the past year and categorize them as personal or business and go from there. If you're unsure, consult with a professional like me that can identify those deductions that maybe you're overlooking. It's not hard to do it, but I do understand it might be hard to start. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself by thinking you have to go sign up for something like QuickBooks. You can make it simple. You can use a spreadsheet, make 2 little columns, income expenses, and go from there. Meet yourself where you're at. Have some grace, but let's get going, right? We don't want to miss out. So let's kind of recap what we talked about because this was a really big one, especially during today's time, which is tax season. We covered some commonly missed deductions like home office expenses, mileage, software subscriptions. Each of these could be a game changer for your tax savings. Don't forget to hit the subscribe to the podcast button for more tips that can save you time and money. Head on over to the website and grab your freebie. Right now, we are offering a cash flow calculator. You're going to go to www.chamberlainandgoodcompany.com/cashflow. Go and grab yours today and see how that can really change your tax deduction game.
Thank you so much for spending time with me on In Good Company. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who's building their dream. Looking for more resources? Head to chamberlainandgoodcompany.com for free tools and expert advice. Until next time, keep growing, keep thriving, and remember, you're in good company.